explosive. My name is Pranesh Kumar Roy. With me is my colleague Meghna Data. Viewers, when Yogi ordered a survey of all Waqf land, he was met with a wall of resistance. This was in the name of Islamophobia. Today in this Times Now super exclusive news break, we show you how Mandir land was encroached upon. Not just that, this land of a Shiv Mandir, registered to it since 1862, was later registered as Waqf property in 2016. The third part of our expose will reveal that this land then was allegedly gifted to the wife of Mukhtar Ansari, the Don-turned politician, under the patronage of the then Akhilesh Yadav government and his then close aide Azam Khan. Incidentally, the current Shia Waqf property caretaker himself has complained about this alleged land grab by his predecessors and has even offered to return the land to the temple. This letter too has been accessed by your channel. First, let's show you the two documents that prove that the land Khasra number 1944-1944 was registered as Shiv Mandir. Meghna Data has those documents.
Well, thank you, Pranesh. Yes, indeed, the Times Now special investigation team has managed to dug up these old land record details, revenue record details, which show just how this Khasra number 1944, all of this is written right here. It says Khasra number 1944, and look at the person who was registered under it. It says Shivalaya Property. And then where did this get transferred to? Very clearly it says here that it is the Waqf which then gets this registration. So first it belonged to the Shivalaya, which is essentially land which belongs to the Shiv Mandir, and then it was later registered under the Waqf Board. This is the exclusive document that we are getting for you. This is another document that we are getting for you, which shows that the Shivalaya land was then registered in the name of the Waqf. The Waqf Board was formed only in 1908. But this land record shows that it is in 1864 itself, much before the Waqf concept even came up, that this land belonged to the Shiv Mandir. Then why was it later registered in the name of Waqf? That's the first question. The second proof that we've managed to access, this is the letter which has been written by the Waqf's caretaker. The complaint letter, now this is a Sunni Waqf Board property as per the registration of 2016. Now this is a complaint letter that the current caretaker himself has written against the previous caretaker, saying that under the previous regime, this land was illegally grabbed. He in fact points out to the fraud by the former caretaker Abbas Amir, who he has named. He goes on to say that the Shivalaya Khasra number 1944, which we just got for you, illegally was registered by the Waqf as a Waqf property. He says that there is complicity of the then Waqf chief Wasim Rizvi in 2016. Wasim Rizvi, remember, was then the Waqf chief. He is also the chief of the Sunni Waqf properties. In fact, he says that the Waqf is now ready to return the illegally registered land. 2016, that's very significant, Pranesh, because remember, that is under Akhilesh Yadav's government, who was the person heading the Waqf chairmanship. Under him, it was his then very close confidant, Azam Khan. Also, the third proof that we are going to be getting for our viewers, you'll be hearing these testimonies which are going to coming in, where you have a testimony of the Shia Waqf Board's chief. He is the UP Shia Waqf Board chief. He contends that Mukhtar Ansari's wife, Afsa, got control of this land in 2016. So essentially, we first proved to you how this land since 1864 belonged to the Shiv Mandir. It was then registered onto the name of the Waqf. The Waqf then allegedly transferred this piece of Mandir land and gave it away, gifted it away to Mukhtar Ansari's wife as per the allegation. Why did this happen? This perhaps is one of the questions which needs to be asked, because remember, these very same people, including Akhilesh Yadav, they were the sharpest, fiercest critics of Yogi Adityanath's land survey.
Is this the reason people like Owaisi and Akhilesh Yadav opposed the Waqf survey? Times Now traveled to the area and dug up the facts. Here's a full report of the modus operandi to grab temple land that was gifted away to the wife of Mafia Don Mukhtar Ansari.
Yogi government's move to scrutinize properties registered in the name of Waqf is casting light on the alleged collusion between a former Samajwadi Party minister and a mafia don who has finally been tamed. Also under the scanner is the role of a former Shia Waqf Board chief Sayyid Wasim Rizvi.
यूपी में वक्फ संपत्तियां सवालों के घेरे में हैं। कई जगह वक्फ संपत्तियों पर लोगों ने कब्जा किया हुआ है, तो कई संपत्तियां ऐसी हैं जिन पर वक्फ अपना दावा जता रहा है। ऐसा ही एक मामला लखनऊ के शिवालय का है। ये शिवालय काफी प्राचीन शिवालय है और इस शिवालय की माता दीन रोड इलाके में लगभग 1 बीघे जमीन थी, जिसे वक्फ ने अपना बताकर अपनी संपत्ति के साथ उसे भी किराए पर उठा दिया। और किराए पर किसी ऐसे वैसे व्यक्ति को नहीं, किसी आम इंसान को नहीं, बल्कि माफिया मुख्तार अंसार की पत्नी आसमा अंसारी के नाम ये संपत्ति किराए पर दी गई।
The land belonging to the Shivalaya was fraudulently passed off as Waqf property in 2016. It was rented out to mafia don Mukhtar Ansari's wife, Afsa Ansari, who later sold it to real estate dealers, and the land was divided and subdivided into plots. When activists like Shamil Shamsi raised questions, they were thrown in jail.
शमसी साहब, ये जो शिवालय है इसकी जमीन भी वक्त ने अपनी बताकर बेच डाली।
देखिए सर, ऐसा है कि इस मामले को 2015 से हम लोग उठा रहे थे, जब यहाँ कब्जा हो रहा था, सारी चीज़ें हो रही थी, मगर उस वक्त के ऊपर बहुत खद्दावर मंत्री थे आजम खां, उनके बहुत करीबी थे चेयरमैन जो अब त्यागी हो गए हैं वो, और उसके अलावा जो है वो मुख्तार अंसारी का इन्वॉल्वमेंट इसके
गठजोड़ बन गया, आजम खां, वसीम रिजवी और मुख्तार अंसारी।
और इसके विरोध में करते करते जब हम लोग बहुत ज़्यादा वो हुए तो हमको जेल भी भेज दिया गया, तो 6 महीना तकरीबन जेल हमने काटी।
Even documentary proof nails the culpability of Waqf led by Wasim Rizvi in the temple land grab in the old city of Lucknow. The fraud was committed by ignoring the existing revenue records, which show a permanent Shivalaya on Khasra number 1944. Times Now has accessed documents which show that the land was registered as a Hindu Shivalaya in the revenue records dating back to 1862. The Waqf Board, though, was formed much later, only in 1908.
यह मामला कोई बहुत दूर नहीं है, यही लखनऊ का है, सादतगंज थाना क्षेत्र का है, लकड़ा मंडी एरिया कहलाता है। मैंने खुद वो जगह अपनी आंखों से,
वो संपत्ति मुख्तार की पत्नी आसमा के नाम की गई,
वो उसके ऊपर पहले जो है कुछ वहाँ के स्थानीय माफिया थे उनका कब्जा था, मुख्तार अंसारी के कुछ लोग थे उनका कब्जा था। उसके बाद उन दोनों में आपसी झगड़ा था, उस झगड़े को जो है सॉल्व करा के आपस में उसका बंदर बाट करके दोनों पक्षों ने वहाँ पे बैठ के बाकायदा जो है उसकी प्लाटिंग करा दी।
But now the Waqf is ready to make amends.
देखिए ये जो रोड है, ये उसके सामने का जो हिस्सा है पूरी वक्त की प्रॉपर्टी, वक्त इसे अपनी प्रॉपर्टी बता रहा है, लेकिन जो जांच हुई है उसमें सामने आया कि ये शिवालय की जमीन है और वक्फ बोर्ड ने भी सर्वे आयोग के यहाँ ये आग्रह किया है कि इस जमीन को जो उसके मालिकान है उनको वापस कर दिया जाए, क्योंकि जो वक्फ नंबर बताए गए हैं वो वक्फ की कभी प्रॉपर्टी रही ही नहीं।
A former letter has been addressed to Shia Central Waqf Board pointing out the fraud committed by previous caretaker Abbas Amir. The Waqf has admitted that Shivalaya land was illegally registered under the watch of the then Waqf chief Wasim Rizvi. And to settle the matter, Waqf wants the illegally registered land to be returned.
मामला जो शासन से आया उस पे वक्फ बोर्ड द्वारा संज्ञान लिया गया, जो भी शासन से सवाल पूछे गए होंगे उसका जवाब बोर्ड ने दिया है। जो इलीगल जो कब्जे पोजीशंस लोग लेते हैं, अवैध कब्जे होते हैं, उससे वक्फ संपत्तियों को मुक्त कराया जाए, क्योंकि वक्फ संपत्ति जो है वो मुस्लिम समाज के डेवलपमेंट के लिए इस्तेमाल होनी चाहिए और यही चीजें योगी सरकार सुनिश्चित कर रही है।
The land grab unearthed by Waqf Property Survey points at possible collusion between the Waqf, the mafia and an influential politician. But cut to 2022, the times have changed and land is being restored to the rightful owners. With Manish in Lucknow, Bureau Report, Times Now.
That was the report. Let's open this up. Binay Singh, Shahid Ali, both joining us. Good evening, gentlemen. Shahid Ali, 1862, This was a Shivalaya, registered as Shivalaya. The documentary proof is there. 2016, under the Samajwadi Party government, this becomes Waqf property and is then handed over to Mafia Don Mukhtar Ansari's wife. Your thoughts, sir?
Yes, this really is shocking that how Shivalaya Property was registered with Waqf land or Waqf Board, and how Waqf Board transferred property to Mukhtar Ansari or his wife, and thereafter the property again, the shopping aspect is that the property is again sold to someone else. This really is shocking. Why this is shocking? First of all, the Waqf property, for registration Waqf property, the property owner should create Waqf in the name of the Waqf Board. So there is a procedure for gifting the property to Waqf Board. In this manner, no property can be Waqfed, no Waqf can be created. Number two, if a property has been gifted to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by any person, whosoever wants to give the property, mostly Muslims gift the property, then thereafter, property cannot be sold or alienated. Property cannot be transferred or alienated.
But Shahid Ali, sir, with due respect, there are no ifs and buts here.
That
this
is
has
why
happened.
it appears now. It appears now. Yes, that's why I'm saying, do you know why this person has changed his name to Tyagi from one Rizvi? Only because of these things, because he was involved in selling land. He has sold thousands of big
Mr. Shahid Ali, if you knew, if you knew all of this all along, why did you oppose the survey? Why did people like Owaisi, Akhilesh Yadav say that this is Islamophobia, targeting of one religion, one community? Binay Singh?
I'm not surprised.
Survey is absolutely different. There is a complete procedure. There is a complete procedure. Now, without survey,
let me speak, ma'am.
You heard the statement of chairman of Waqf Board. He says that property will be relegated back.
Let Binay Singh come in now. Shahid bhai, let Binay Singh come in.
Of this this survey.
Look, I'm not surprised. In fact, this is a token, simple token of the example that people like Mukhtar Ansari and Azam Khan, they were not just simple MLAs or MPs or ministers. They were the government. They were running the show. They were head of the state. They were functioning like that with that much of clout. His uncle, Mukhtar Ansari's uncle, he was the Vice President of India, which added to his clout further. And look, I am happy that the Waqf Board itself, they want to return the land to the Shivalaya. This is very welcome. And this is a very welcome step. It must be welcome from whole of the country, from either side of the society. And we just mentioned that this land transfer was a fraud. But let me mention it, tell it once again, that this fraud, this illegality was the rule of the previous government. And these politicians like Mukhtar and Azam Khan, they were beyond any rule and regulation. They were the state. They were not.
Now, at least this news break, this investigation by Times Now should be an eye-opener and wake-up call for all the people who are still doubting the Waqf survey. This is a Times Now campaign, and relentless campaign at that. We will keep getting you more news breaks as we go along. Taking a short break. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us.